There was a man always long, long gone. Now I'm somebody's long lost son. But I'm never ever lost for long. Walking around with my vagabond song. I got a song on the tip of my tongue. Bitter as a tea steeped in the cup too long. Inside I'm screaming like an OT kettle. Screaming on the stove top, forgotten the left on. Woke up this morning, cold, cold sweat. Sweat about burn me like a turbo jet. Woke up this morning, gripping my pillow, but unaware of how angry I am. I'm aware of stress that's passed on in my blood, but I don't know where from. Did I get it passed down from my daddy, or did I get it passed down from my mom? Woke up this morning, gritting my teeth. Anger takes off like a midnight thief. This anger that takes off when I awaken from this life I live while asleep. I had a dream so real I could smell it, so real I could taste it and I could feel. So vividly in my mind I could tell it, so colorful, so vivid and real. Some say it's danger in talking to strangers, danger in being alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to still life. Strangers are all I've ever known. I've got guilt that's built in my heart. When you're a thief, that's all that you feel. At least the cartel of fear and desire can make a man steal. Looking for love and looking for kicks. One night fear just as much as the next. Steady hand and quick to go through it. Heart still pounding the moment I left. There was a man and he's long, long gone. He was the father that once was my dad. But he didn't leave long after he left me and my brother all the trouble and illness we had. My father was a worker of metal. He worked for years, bending steel with his hand. He'd come home drunk trying to bend my brother. He'd snap away like a damn rubber band. But he knows there's danger in talking to strangers, danger in being alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to still life. Strangers are all I've ever known. All I've ever known. I was a boy, now I'm all grown up. Spending most of my life wishing I was all grown. Now I'm old enough to know better and still on the search for the great unknown. Walking for miles, I feel pain on my feet. To feel belonging, to feel complete. I saw a man, he looked ragged and worn. I asked him the time, he said time to keep going. Most of me is probably still late. Seems like most of me still wanders and waits. I got tired of longing and looking for blind faith in a grown man's faith. I found more faith in things that don't move. I found integrity in a town statue, standing tall and still with iron will, strong and solid and moving and real. Some say it's danger talking to strangers, danger in being alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to still life. Strangers are all I've ever known. There was a man that was long, long gone. Now I'm somebody's long lost son. But I'm never ever lost for long. I got a song on the tip of my tongue. Inside I'm screaming like an OT kettle. Screaming on the stove top, forgotten the left on. Screaming on the stove top, forgotten the left on. Seething on the stove top, forgotten the left on. Screaming on the stove top, forgotten the left on. Screaming on the stove top, forgotten the left on. Like this.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Lexington Community Radio, WLXU 93.9 FM. And we have all just had the immense pleasure, and we are so fortunate to have just experienced the musical artistry and gift of song from Lexington's Marcus Wilkerson. Join me in welcoming Marcus to Overtones.
Woo-hoo! All right.
Marcus, 2 weeks ago, Overtones welcomed Olivia Faith, a contestant on NBC's The Voice that took her on a journey to L.A. And you are also, I think in a few weeks, making a journey to L.A. And you are flying to the left coast of the continental United States to, wait for it, everyone. What are you going to do, Marcus?
I'm auditioning to be the host on Blue's Clues.
Yes! Let's give him a round of applause.
The human host or the canine blue toned one?
No, the human host.
Got it down. Well, my son grew up. It's all right. My son grew up just enjoying Blue's Clues so much, and I'm just real interested to hear more about this story. I love this story for so many reasons. But Marcus, tell us why you love this story.
It's always a story, isn't it? It's all about the stories. So, you know, I was scrolling on Facebook from this weird urge. Maybe it's like, you know, muscle memory to pick up my phone and look at it, right? And so I noticed that my partner, Paige, posted she posted a message on my my timeline about there being some, you know, audition going on in Burbank, California for the Blue's Clues. Partly in jest, and I took it as that. And so I was like, yeah. She's like, wouldn't you be perfect? And I was like, yeah, I am a goofball. And it was funny. I just, you know, I kind of ignored it, though some part of me did sort of entertain the notion, right? And I went back to it, you know, same urge, you know, 2 minutes later. And I found that there were like 10 people who had commented already and said, Marcus would be great for this. This is awesome. And I was like, well, all right. Maybe, you know, I could do this. I mean, right? Why not? I'm going to California. I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, all sorts of things can always go wrong, right? But then 2 other people, not too long after that, said, Marcus, if you decide to do a GoFundMe, I'll put some money to it. So, I mean, yeah, I said, all right, that's plausible. Certainly, if I'm backed by a little bit of money, that's definitely, you know, a reason to do it. I mean, because you have all these other, you know, obligations. You know, you got family.
Yes, you are a business owner.
Yeah, here, you know, locally, you know, we're like commuting from Burbank to Lexington. That's just crazy. But, you know, people do it. People commute.
Yes, they do. We are living in new times
for
right now.
2 months at a time sometimes, and then go back to Anchorage, Alaska, or someplace. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know. So you know, I definitely am taking it seriously, and it's funny to hear myself say that because this whole time I've been working on the script, you know, and you know, talking to my partner and my kids about it, and like, what if you win, you know? And I'm really gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do this.
I love this, and I love the whole thing about why not.
Yeah.
And I think that's a question a lot of us musicians need to ask ourselves constantly. Mm-hmm. Why not? Mm-hmm. And it's just such a beautiful story. I'm really interested. What do you have to do to prepare for this audition?
Well, they give you just a one-page script, you know, that says nothing but, you know. So we need to find out what Blue wants for their snack.
Okay. And you have to say that.
Yeah. So Blue's clues are a cup, a straw, and a cow.
I think he's got it, folks.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Is this spoilers, though? Like, are you just telling us what happened on an episode?
I don't know. You know, this could very well be, you know, and, well, you know, hopefully I won't get a cease and desist letter.
Exactly.
You just never know, you know. I might just branch off and, you know, do my own.
Well, we just wish you the best of luck in all of this journey.
Thank you.
And again, you know, the theme today, let your path be the sound of your feet upon the ground.
Yeah.
Your feet are going to be up in the air, right?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So let me just ask you, you are also a University of Kentucky School of Music alum, and you also own a local business. Tell us about this business.
Well, Junebug is, well, I manufacture a pro-biotic honey soda that's similar to a kombucha, but a distant relative. There's a lot of folklore, regarding what they call June or June kombucha, depending on what part of the country you live. But Junebug is an organic white peony white tea, cold steeped in Climax Kentucky spring water and sweetened with a Midway Kentucky raw honey. And the symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast that I use, which is basically a culture, you introduce yeast to different kinds of fermented products like beer. We all love beer. But this symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast, and when I say symbiotic colony, we're talking bacteria and yeast living together on what they consider a polymer bond or a SCOBY. It has an affinity for the sugars that are naturally in honey. So it's kind of like kombucha plus, because it's got the added benefit of the local raw honey. So I'm in almost 70 stores now. You can find Junebug at Good Foods Co-op, Whole Foods Market, Lucky's Market. If you're ever in Cincinnati area, you can find it at Jungle Gyms. There's several places you can find. I mean, lots of really awesome small places like Third Street Stuff, which is one of my first accounts. So, shout out to the Pat Gerhardt with the Third Street Stuff, and Wild Fig Books and coffee.
Well, I just wonder if you have a lot of balls you're juggling in the air, it seems like.
It's true.
And how does having a purpose and a mission in life serve you, your family, your friends, and your career?
That's what makes me get up in the morning.
Yeah. There's a quote from Mark Twain that says, the two most important days in our lives are the day that we were born and the day that we find out why. And do you have, just let me ask you, Marcus, do you have any doubt whatsoever about what role music plays in your life and for what purpose you're supposed to share your gifts with others?
Not at all. Some of us are born with this sort of exuberant, personality that's just kind of out there, and I think that kind of energy is to stimulate thought, conversation, and just so many other things, creative things that can sort of happen spontaneously with people that are sort of like that. And I think I'm surrounded around people like that right now. But it's music is a catalyst to other things. Obviously it keeps cultures cohesive. It allows us to empathize with other human beings. But it's also just an avenue to realize and understand that this world is so much bigger, and this universe is so much bigger, and so many things are to be offered. I mean, if you can hear it sonically, I mean, that's just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. We all wish you the very best as you put your feet up on the ground, or I should say your body 30K up in the air, right?
Yeah.
To embark upon another leg of your musical journey.
Absolutely.
What are you going to share with us next?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I was going to play my Junebug jingle, but then I was thinking, maybe it should be something a little bit more serious. Just kidding. I think I'll play, let's see. I will play a song called Cigarettes for Company.
Okay. Carry on, Marcus Wilkerson.
You have to imagine a trumpet. Can you imagine a trumpet?
I can imagine a trumpet.
Close your eyes and imagine a trumpet. Maybe a stand-up bass. And maybe some brushes. Not blue. Why are you putting blue in the song? I mean, you can if you want, but... Sitting here in disbelief on a setup that failed me miserably. Never thought I'd see the day. A monologue for this dinner play. One chair, one table, bare white walls, no curtain call, and no applause. Just cigarettes for company. Light another one for me. Light another to complete some semblance of symmetry. Light another to complete. Legs across with drink in hand, I can now cry on demand. Cigarettes for company. You, me. I think you were Joan of Arc. Characters I used to like suddenly met their fate tonight. Since we recently been apart, Juliet, Romeo, Capulet, Mercutio. Watched it 3 times in a row, and each time Tybalt stole the show, calling an imbalanced view. But it's just a lean of self-esteem, with cigarettes for company. Imagine made in heaven. Yes, by far. I turn around, and there you are. I thought our love was true. Now something's smoking, as though something lives. I turn around, and there it is. Baby, it's not you, but a cigarette will do. Thank you, you're too kind. I'll be here from 9 to 9 until I naturally fall asleep. Don't you worry, don't you fret. Life has not outlived you yet. With cigarettes for company. For company. For company.
You've just listened to Marcus Wilkerson, and we will be back after the break.